Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to Ramadan day 9. For me, actually, Ramadan day 9 is ending. I'm going to Taraweeh in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to make this one quick. I hope you had a wonderful iftar, and if you're still fasting, then keep going. Inshallah, you will have your iftar, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. So today is Ramadan day 9, and we're going to do another of Allah's name. We're going to do Al-Alim. Al-Alim, the all-knowing. So we're going to start with the definition. Al-Alim means that Allah has complete and perfect knowledge of everything, past, present, and future. He knows what is hidden and what is apparent, and what is in the hearts, and even what has yet to happen. His knowledge is limitless, covering every detail of creation. This name reminds believers that nothing escapes Allah's awareness, and that they should always act with sincerity and consciousness of Him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we know, the all-knowing, the most powerful. These are some of the common descriptions that we were always used to say. It's good to always remind ourselves that Allah is the all-knowing. Every single little thing that we do, me raising my hand, me thinking something, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew about it before it actually happened. SubhanAllah. We have our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that knows everything about anyone, about every creation at the same time. No one and nothing can escape His awareness, His knowledge. So if we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most knowing, and we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most loving, then everything that happens in our life, we have to say this was the decree of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. And of course, we're not going to play games and do something bad and at the end of the day say this was the decree of Allah. No, I'm talking more about things that are not really under control. Something bad happens and you can really do anything about it, or something that just seems so bad in another part of the world, and we're like, not us, but a lot of people that don't believe in religion, they say, if God really exists, why does He let suffering happen around the world? Why do orphans need to suffer? Why is there poverty? Why is it that if God exists, why is it that you guys' countries, Muslim guys and girls, you people, your country, why is it that they're all destroyed? They're all in a bad state. These are some of the questions maybe you've heard as a Muslim, or maybe you've even had some thoughts about it. But at the end of the day, we don't know the whole picture. And we don't have to know. And we will probably never know. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the all-knowing. There's nothing that happens just randomly. Just, this thing just happened. It is all the decree of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the all-knowing, makes something happen because He has the knowledge about everything. And He knows what's going to happen and for what reason. And for us to come and question, yeah, but I'm a Muslim, but I don't understand why Allah is doing that, or I don't know why Allah didn't put me in this path and now I'm doing this in my life. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we're talking about, the most knowledgeable. So if you do acknowledge that Allah is the most knowledgeable, then you should just accept whatever decree Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put on you. On me, on you, on every creation. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows exactly what you do, what you did, and what you will do. And not just in terms of actions, but He knows exactly what's inside the hearts. So like they say in Islam, your actions are based on your intentions. So you could see someone praying the best of salah, always being in the masjid, always reading the Quran, always making da'wah, inviting people to Islam, always doing all these kind of things. And as face value, you look at this person, you'd be like, wow, this guy's almost like an angel. He's doing everything. And subhanAllah, sometimes we're not the ones to judge or anything, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows exactly what's inside the hearts of everyone. Maybe some people are doing it to show off. Maybe some people are doing it because they're fearing someone. Someone is forcing them to do it. So they're not really doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe, but maybe not. We don't know. But Allah knows. Allah knows everything. So He knows what's inside the hearts and what is apparent. We can only know what's apparent. And His knowledge is limitless. There's no limit to His knowledge. Like us, we do have a limit to our knowledge. There's just a certain amount of things that we can understand, or an amount of things that we can retain. But after that, we're just like, you know what? I can't keep all these things in my mind. Ask me tomorrow. Let's try again tomorrow, next week. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His knowledge is limitless. He knows everything. He can keep track of everything, covering every single little detail, every single branch of leaves, and every part of the world, and every tree. He knows about it. And when they fall down, He knows the exact moment they will fall down, at what time, what color the leaf is. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most knowledgeable. So, if we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most knowledgeable, we have to accept that nothing escapes Allah's awareness. Nothing. We need to constantly remind ourselves that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is seeing what we will do. There was I don't really remember where this story is from, but I'm going to paraphrase it from what I remember. There was someone that came to a very famous scholar from the past, and he asked him, help me so I can do sin without being it haram. So make the haram halal for me. Find me a way to do that. The great scholar looked at him. He's like, okay. I think I have a solution for you. So go somewhere where you can eat food that is not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So try to find somewhere like that, and that place, do whatever haram you want, and you're not going to be sinful. The guy looked at the great scholar and he said, but every food and water comes from Allah. There's no place like that. So the scholar said, okay, well, you know what? Then even easier. Go find somewhere where the air you're breathing, I'm not even asking you to find food or anything, just air. The air that you're breathing is not coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, the guy's like, what is this scholar saying? Everything is coming from Allah. The air that I breathe, the air that you breathe, the air that we all breathe comes from Allah. How can I find a place like that? So the scholar is like, okay, well, the last thing I can tell you is go find a place that is not in the control of Allah, that is not from the kingdom of Allah, that doesn't belong to Allah. Go find a place like that, and you can do whatever you want, and you don't have any sin on you. And the guy's like, he's getting frustrated. He's like, what kind of scholar are you? You telling me to go over here and over there, and at the end the guy is like, everything comes from Allah and Allah sees everything. There's no land that Allah doesn't see, doesn't control, that isn't in part of Allah's kingdom. So the scholar, I don't think he told him anything. The guy just understood that Allah is all aware. Allah sees everything. You are in Allah's kingdom. There's no other God, a'udhu billah. There's only one God, our God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that created everything. So if you're in Allah's territory, which we all are, then Allah sees everything, hears everything inside your heart, what is apparent. So if you're in Allah's land, if you're in Allah's territory and on Allah's earth, then know that Allah is always watching you. So if we know that Allah is always watching us, let us all act with sincerity, with the thought of Allah always watching us, with the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our hearts, and the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our hearts. Because whatever we do is going to be shown in the afterlife. This was Ramadan day 9. We did Alīm, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we're all very, very comfortable with, and we say a lot. Allah, the most powerful, the most knowledgeable one. So the most knowledgeable one, that is Alīm, the all-knowing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.